Hi, my name is Bigham, and I'm a member of Waterflood Solutions LLC. Our group is doing a project on waterflood optimization. My fellow members are Paul Cupit, our project manager, Connor Ardoin, Jeff Burton, and LaRicci. Secondary oil recovery is any oil recovery that takes place after the primary oil recovery phase. The most popular method of secondary oil recovery is water flooding, which is what our project is on. Water flooding is when you surround a producing well with injection wells and use these wells to inject water into the reservoir to sweep the hydrocarbons toward the producing well. By the end of our project, we hope to deliver data on a simulated well where we have optimized the water flooding parameters so we can get the most hydrocarbons in our producing well for the least amount of production costs. For the purpose of this project, we have delegated certain roles to team members. Paul Cupit has been deemed our project manager. His jobs as project manager are to look over the other team members to make sure they're fulfilling their roles in a timely manner. He has to organize our weekly meetings, and he also has to make sure the project stays on track. It follows our scope throughout. Each member was assigned a research topic. Chelsea was assigned injection rates and to gather field data. Myself, I'm studying the sweep efficiency. Connor is looking at the water additives in the injected wells, and Jeff is looking at the patterns of these wells around the producing well and the cost analysis of these wells. Paul, as the project manager, just has to have a general understanding of all these topics so they can be applied for the project. As far as research limitations go, CMG is going to be our main simulating software, which is offered for free by LSU at almost any time, and the field data that we plan to use is public data that can be gathered online. So we'll have plenty of access to that.
Hi, my name is Connor Ardoin, and today I'll be going over the project scope with you. Our project consists of running multiple reservoir simulations using CMG software that will be provided to us by LSU's Petroleum Engineering Department. We plan to test injection rates, well patterns, and water additives to optimize the sweep efficiency of our water flood to produce as much mobile hydrocarbons in place as possible. Data from these simulations will be compiled and analyzed to compare to future simulations in order to minimize any errors that may have occurred within the simulator. Cost analysis will then be performed and compared to our company's budget, and from there, an executive decision will be made on whether or not we'll be going forward with the water flood.
My name is Paul Cupit, and I'm the project manager of Waterflood Solutions. Right now I will be talking about the milestone list, which is a key figure of the milestones during the life of our water flood optimization project. Accompanied with each milestone is a description of the milestone and the due date. As you can see in the figure, we have all major milestones up until the project management plan and the final presentation. We also have milestones that we will try to accomplish in the spring semester, which include simulations of the reservoir to obtain an optimal water flood and presenting to industry professionals at the end of our senior year. With the milestone, we were able to obtain a schedule baseline, which is a schedule that our entire group has approved upon and sent to the sponsor, and she approved as well. It shows all of the major milestones with subtopics added to each and the completion percentage and the amount that we have worked on of each item. As you can see so far, our research is up to date until December, where we are right now, and simulations have not started yet because we will begin that in the spring. This is the schedule that we have used to stay on track the entire semester and to keep up to date with everything and make sure our project is on track and ready to go.
Hi, my name is Jeff Burton, and I'm here to discuss with you the change management plan. This is a process we abide by in order to ensure that any changes made to our project are implemented in an efficient manner with a team-wide process. We have broken it down into a 7-step program, as you can see here. The first step is to understand the problem. Then we identify possible change to resolve the problem, propose change to the team, analyze effects of change, request change approval. Once approved, execute change, consistent reviews, feedback, and consensus of change. To further define the change management plan, we've made a change control board here. As you can see, all of the members of our group and our project sponsor are listed here. We have a legend over here to help better analyze and show the process. We start off with a proposal of the changes, which is a team collective decision or a project manager decision. Then they can either veto each other's decision, and the project sponsor also has the ability to veto any proposal changes. Then we move on to either the rework stage, or we move on to the approval of proposed changes. Finally, we implement the proposed changes.
The next topic we will be discussing is the communication management plan. The meeting agenda is emailed one day prior to the meetings. There will be 2 meetings per week. The first meeting is to establish a time where the group can meet and to discuss topics for the next meeting. The second meeting of the week is to research and compile data on those topics and to share them with the group via Google Docs. Meeting minutes are emailed within 1 day of the second meeting of the week.
Here we have the cost management plan. The cost management plan shows the breakdown of our expected costs for the project, and we do not have any expected costs at the moment. There is a process set in place right now in case we do have any expected costs, but for the foreseeable future, we do not have any because of the simulation process that we expect to use is software provided by LSU, and we have all the planning and researching done through our own resources, which do not cost any money.
Now I will talk about the schedule management plan, which is a plan that we implemented to manage our schedule and make sure it stays on track. As discussed earlier, we use a Smartsheet Gantt chart to make our schedule based on the items discussed in the work breakdown structure. In the schedule management plan, we have delegated roles and responsibilities to the project manager, the project team group members, and the project sponsor. If we need to make a change to the schedule, we have to adhere to a certain amount of rules that are shown here. The change must meet certain requirements in order for it to be effective to the schedule. We must discuss the effects of the change. Once the group agrees on the change to the schedule, we have to get it proposed to the sponsor. And if it is approved, then I, as project manager, will make the necessary adjustments and communicate those adjustments to the group so we can continue to use that schedule from here on out.
My name is LaRicci, and today I'll be talking about the quality management plan for our project. The purpose of this plan is to define the quality expected from the project and the procedures used to ensure this quality. Our top priorities for this project are the product and process qualities. In the table shown, you can see all the necessary processes that must be taken along with their acceptable standards in order to ensure quality for our project. Next, I'll be talking about the project's quality baseline. The purpose for this baseline is to set a basis for the acceptable level of quality needed for this project. Meetings should be held in a professional setting that adhere to meeting agendas. An ample amount of research should be obtained in order to show comprehensive knowledge of the subject. An established control with multiple simulations should be run throughout the life of the project. And presentations should be presented in a professional standard. I will now be discussing our risk management plan. Our risk management strategy involves identifying any possible risks, prioritizing these risks in order of magnitude, and preparing for any possible risk impacts. In order to help us organize these possible risks, we have completed a risk register in which all risks are assigned an impact and probability ratings, which are then multiplied in order to give each risk an overall score so that we can prioritize every risk by importance. As you can see from our chart, our biggest risk would be a failure to optimize waterflood by our final due date.
I will now be going over the staff management plan with you. Our organizational structure of the project is a balanced matrix because we do recognize that we need a project manager, but decisions will be made collectively as a group rather than just by himself. Project roles and responsibilities are the same as mentioned previously. The team was acquired in the spring of 2015, each member being added because they contributed a unique skill set to the group. And as far as our training plan goes, the biggest obstacle to overcome will be properly using the CMG software. It is a skill that will be taught in the upcoming spring semester. We will have to learn it between this semester and next semester. And our project manager, Paul Cupit, has decided to head that operation. And any discrepancies that he comes across will be addressed to an undergraduate student by the name of Watek, who is efficient in CMG software.